I'm Brody Anthony.
And I'm Max Bros.
And this is the BRODS BROZ Podcast.
The 15-minute freestyle, but you could call it the retirement special. Because today we are going to be talking about every coach, player that is retiring or moving teams.
So the reason that we call this the Freestyles is because this is right off the top of our head.
Unscripted.
So this is completely unscripted. We have no script. This is just raw, right from our heads.
And so we call it the 15-minute because it's going to be 15 minutes long.
Boom. So, so our normal podcast is 30 minutes. It's 15 minutes. It's going to be half of it. So,
all right.
If you look for a shorter podcast, we'll probably have
this
a few
is more
of these.
just like work on like a random assignment.
Exactly. This is kind of like a, when your teacher just gives out a random homework assignment that like you've never done before. You've never learned it. They just give it to you. That's kind of what this is.
All right.
We didn't even think about this. We were like, all right, let's make a podcast.
So we're just introducing this. We'll probably do this more often than our normal podcast because they're more accessible and easy.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, but we're hoping to do some over the phone stuff soon.
Yeah, but that will be more for the.
That'll be more for like we're gonna start working on getting callers into our podcast,
like our podcast.
Exactly. So like a real podcast, people are gonna be able to call into us, and that's what's gonna happen. So that's a quick update on what we got there. But anyways, let's get to the real start. So the coaches, I agree. Let's talk about coaches. So the let's start off with NFL. What do you think?
So let's start with Bill Belichick.
Yeah, because that's the easiest one to think about. So NFL coach Bill Belichick, 6 Super Bowl rings? I think it's 6.
6
Super
Brady
Bowl
has
rings.
7 rings. 6 with the Patriots. 1 with
one with the Bucs. Yep.
Yeah. So
it's either 6 or 7 for Belichick.
Well, Belichick could have, but he has 6 from the Patriots.
Right, 6 from the Patriots. But hey, Bill Belichick just announced that he's retiring pretty soon. This is supposed to be through this season, but the only thing about that's a little bit different is he's like he said I'm going to retire, and then he kind of pulled the Rob Gronkowski and might come back.
Maybe.
Because
he's interviewing?
Right, because he's looking into other positions, like, for example, Atlanta Falcons. He's looking into them.
I don't know much about that. This is more Brody.
Yeah, I'm not very, this isn't my strong suit either. I'm more a player's guy. I focus more on them. But we all need to know about Bill Belichick, so...
And if he's retiring, even just moving from the Patriots, this is truly the end of a dynasty.
End of an era, too. Like a whole era, not just a dynasty, a whole era. Like, Bill Belichick is one of the most legendary coaches of all time. I think he is the most legendary coach ever. Arguably, for NFL. Because, I mean, you can argue another retiring coach this season, Nick Saban. Is also
We'll get to him in a second.
So we'll get to Nick Saban. Let's focus on Belichick.
Belichick, he was the coach of Tom Brady for so many seasons. 6 Super Bowl rings with the Patriots. It seems like they were at least in a Super Bowl every year. They won 6. They were in I swear to God, they were in 42.
No, they were in 12, TB12. Tom Brady.
Huh.
Yeah, corny.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, so
as you can tell, this is really off the dome.
This is so off the dome. This is right off the top of our heads. But anyways, we got Belichick.
Let's go Saban.
Saban, I agree. Nick Saban.
Oh, wait, were we going to start with NFL coaches?
Huh?
Or are we going to start with NFL?
Well, we did NFL, but we brought up Nick Saban.
Okay, so yeah.
Let's just do Nick Saban now. Okay. We'll get it out of the way. And then we'll get Harbaugh after that.
We already mentioned probably the most legendary coach.
In college history.
And in the NFL with Bill Belichick. Now we're going to be talking about probably the most legendary college coach of the century.
And that has to be Nick Saban, obviously. We've said it a couple times. Alabama head coach.
And Michigan State head coach.
And Michigan State head coach, you're right. Ended up retiring after multiple seasons with Bama.
many national championships.
Yes. I don't remember what the stat was. It was 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Something crazy.
Actually, this year is going to be the first year that Alabama seniors leave without a single national title.
That's crazy.
In 8 years.
Actually, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
That's the first time that's ever happened in 8 years.
Jeez. Aside from transfers, obviously.
No, yeah, aside from transfers.
If you were there from your freshman to senior year, is what he's saying. This is the first stretch of 4 years that they haven't won national championship. So.
Which is insane. That just really proves how good of a coach he is, no matter how bad of the teams he picked to coach for.
Exactly. Spartans.
Spartans.
Spartans. Well,
I don't like Spartans.
We're Michigan fans.
Totally unbiased.
Go blue and yellow.
Mason
But
Blue.
yeah, Mason Blue.
Okay, we're just a little sick.
Yeah, just a little sick with the cough, the cough cold of the.
I think they call it the Wolverine cough.
Spartan suck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So but yeah, I mean we got both coaches just they
right. So let's circle back to the NFL and go to Pete Carroll.
Yeah, well, we got one more college coach. Don't forget about your own team, Max.
I know. We will circle back to college.
We better circle back to college because that's a big
that's a big one. We'll go back to that one after my regular.
Yes,
okay.
agreed.
Okay, so Pete Carroll,
He's
Seahawks coach of 14 years, just this year, getting off.
Exactly, and so yeah, I mean it's crazy. Again, it's an end of an era for both college and NFL, but mainly NFL. The amount of coaches that the NFL is losing so far is unbelievable.
Just this year, I did not expect this.
So yeah, it's unbelievable. I didn't expect a bunch of these coaches to just walk out and leave.
It's just such a random year. 2024, we're losing so many just things. It's insane.
Yeah.
Not just football, really, just a lot of things. And football is proving to be one of them because many coaches, players.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Michigan players leaving their team to go to the draft.
Yeah, it's
obviously
crazy.
that happens every year, but
this
year's special because JJ McCarthy and Blake Corum.
For sure, for Michigan, that's a big deal.
Right.
Other thing is, a Michigan coach is also probably going to leave as well. Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, it's not even probably. I think he's.
It's not definite.
Yeah, not definite. But he's been interviewing for a long time.
And
years,
the fact that he just got a national championship,
his business
probably
is done.
makes it a good note to leave on. So, but
he's been interviewing with the Chargers for
exactly
a little bit now.
Exactly. And if we were to circle back to the NFL for a second, we have a coach that this was only announced a couple days ago.
Yeah.
That we have the Titans head coach, Mike Vrabel. He also just got fired, just randomly. He just parted ways with them
after so many good seasons.
Good seasons.
These last two haven't been good, but that's such a random fire.
Exactly. He used to be the Chiefs. I believe he was a linebacker for the Chiefs, wasn't he?
I believe so.
I know he was a linebacker. I don't know if he's for the Chiefs, but I think he is. I think he was.
Yeah.
But now he's the coach of the Titans, and so it's crazy to see him go. But at the same time, I get it. Titans didn't make the playoffs this year. They're probably looking for somebody who can coach people like Derrick Henry more.
Yeah.
So I understand. Maybe make better trading and drafting decisions. I get it. I understand why they fired it, but it was kind of out of the blue. So, but yeah, that's a really interesting thing to see happen.
I'm sorry, we kind of did skip over Pete Carroll a little bit there.
We did, yeah.
He was the Seahawks coach of 14 years. He was a very good coach. Coach Russell Wilson for most of his era.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, Wilson's with the Broncos now, but
and with Geno Smith, grabbed Kenneth Walker before he left.
Yep, and Pete Carroll was Marshawn Lynch's coach also, Hall of Fame Marshawn Lynch. It's crazy when all these coaches are just leaving. I mean, it seems like last year when we lost Tom Brady, and we lost guys like that. And now we're losing coaches. It's holy moly, we're in a new era. We are.
NFL it's not the same.
Soon as Aaron Rodgers leaves, it's a new era.
Yeah, as soon
it starts with Rodgers.
The moment Aaron Rodgers leaves, it is a completely new era.
Exactly. So I mean, it's crazy, but you know what? We've talked about a lot of coaches that are leaving. What did we cover? Saban, Harbaugh, then in the NFL, Belichick. Pete Carroll.
We didn't really cover Harbaugh.
We covered a little bit of Harbaugh.
Okay, so, well, I want to speak more about Harbaugh because he is my favorite college team's head coach.
I agree.
Yeah.
Same here.
So, he fought through so much adversity during his time as head coach. So many people wanted him gone, including me, like, before these last 3 years. So many people just wanted him out of the... Because he truly wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, he wasn't.
For the program.
I mean, he did stuff, but he didn't do good stuff and enough stuff. He was just doing stuff.
And in the last 3 years, he really picked it up, led us to the playoffs 3 times in a row.
Exactly.
Won us a national title during those 3 times. And he really turned himself around. I'm not going to mention the sign-stealing scandal right now just because I don't feel like getting into all that.
I feel like it.
We don't have that much.
Jim Harbaugh did, you can look up the info.
He denied. He probably should not have denied that much.
Yeah, exactly. He could have handled that in a better way. If you don't know the details on that, you can look it up. It's a really complicated topic, but basically, quick breakdown, Jim Harbaugh, he stole signs for a couple years and
got caught.
He had a three-game suspension, and that's what happened to Jim Harbaugh.
And then he got another 3-game suspension.
And got another game suspension. So, but that's what happened to Harbaugh. What was crazy?
He really went out on a bang.
Exactly, he did. So, hopefully he doesn't leave us as we're Michigan fans, but if he does,
it's
farewell Jim Harbaugh, it's expected. He also took the 49ers to the Super Bowl long time ago.
It was a while ago.
A long time ago.
So he's not totally new to the NFL, although he hasn't been there in a while, and it is, as we just said, a completely new era.
Exactly. And the other thing, we've gotten a lot of coaches, right? We've talked about a lot of coaches.
Let's talk about Jason Kelce.
Jason Kelce,
leaving,
you're right.
What is it, 13 seasons?
Something like that, yeah.
It's 13 or 14 seasons.
If you don't know, Travis Kelce, he left, not left, his brother, Jason Kelce, left. He's a center for the Eagles. Jason Kelce
is probably the best center of the last decade.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal
He
center.
took home a ring in 2017. He's gone to the Super Bowl. What is it? One more time?
Yeah, because against the Chiefs,
so
they
last
lost,
year.
But they still win.
So he's had 2 Super Bowls.
Kelce versus Kelce.
So
that day.
2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 ring. He didn't exactly end out on a bang. He lost in the wild card round because the rest of his team had one of the biggest fall-offs in recent times.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
So he didn't exactly end on a bang, but when you look back on his career, he's just very good player.
Top notch. Hall of Famer. Hall of Fame potential.
Potentially Hall of Fame setter.
Yes.
In the future.
And you know what? We don't have much time left, so let's. I got one more thing. Let's do Caleb Williams. He wanted ownership, didn't he? He want ownership for the team.
Entering the draft, he wanted partial ownership of the team that he got drafted
for. And he also
a little bit of an ego.
Yeah, and I don't remember what teams he said that he didn't want to get drafted to, but he had a list of teams in mind.
He did have a list of teams. I think Falcons was one of them.
And we have exactly 1 minute left, so this is what we should do. Let's name off the top of our head. Let's play a little game.
Yep.
Let's go back and forth. No Google lists of players that are going to get drafted this season from college. And until one of us messes up, we decide.
I think you're gonna win.
I'm not good at this. Go for it though. Okay. All right, you want to go first?
Yep.
Go ahead.
J.J. McCarthy.
Caleb Williams.
Bo Nix.
Blake Corum.
Michael Penix. Oh, I win!
You stole me. Oh my God!
I win.
You stole me. That was easy.
That was a very easy game for me.
Shoot, I blanked because I knew. Oh my God! How did I blank on that? I'm blanking right now too. Yeah, you win.
Yeah, I won.
Hey, we have 10 seconds.
Well, let's count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you in the next one.
See you in the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.